Well, as always, a shout out to our sponsor of the podcast, Home Street Bank. If you're looking for a bank that is going to give you everything you need, great people, tremendous service, really great rates, this is where you want to go. This is my lender. This is my lender of choice. I think it should be yours as well. Go to homestreetbank.com for all your banking needs, both business and personal. That's homestreetbank.com. You know, sometimes we get confused about how to ask for the sale, but today we're going to try and figure out how do we ask assertively and in the customer's best interest. Stick around.
Welcome to The Buyer's Mind, where we take a closer look deep inside your customer's decision-making mechanism to reverse engineer the perfect sales presentation. Now, please welcome your host, Jeff Shore.
Well, welcome everyone once again to The Buyer's Mind. I'm your host, Jeff Shore. We love talking about the way that customers want to make decisions, and we love talking about how sales professionals can craft their sales presentation to make it easy for customers to do just that. I'm joined, as always, by our show producer, Paul Murphy. Hey, Murph, let's talk about the close here a little bit. Let's talk about asking for the sale. As a buyer, when you're out there shopping around, does this concern you? Are you worried that a salesperson is going to kind of get in your face?
Yeah, not wild about people that are overly aggressive in my face. Tends to shut me down, makes me nervous because it's all about them.
I think what we have to do is we have to ask ourselves the question, what does the customer really need from us? And I'll tell you one thing they don't need. They don't need wishy-washy. Let me explain what I mean by that. There is an organization in Dallas, Texas called the Behavioral Sciences Institute. They study salespeople, have been doing it for years and years. There's an assessment you can take, and it tells you about these, what they call reluctance factors. These things that prevent us from really being as effective as we can be in sales. And one of those factors is called the yielder tendency, And the way that it's described is that yielders, they love to be loved, right? They love to have those great sense of connection with their customers. They really have a strong fear, though, of letting people down, of aggravating them in some way, of feeling like they're going to be pushy in any way at all. So what happens here is that when they get into these moments of discomfort, they yield to that moment and they back off. So obviously, Murph, if you've got a yielder tendency, how do you think it's going to go when it's time to ask for the sale?
Yeah, it's they're not going to do very well, are they? It just seems like they're not going to meet quotas or be able to get any sales under their belt.
That's exactly right. There's no question about it. They've got a good friend. They've got a good relationship. But here's the problem. What happens if you've got a yielding salesperson, but you also have a customer with yielding tendency? You've got two yielders in a face-off. And I'm going to tell you one thing that's not going to happen. You're not going to get a sale right there. Oh, they might become friends. They might bake cookies for one another by the time we're done, but it's not going to result in a sale. And the reason is because when we think about our customers, if we are not going to give them the opportunity to buy, but wait for them to ask us, if your customer is uncomfortable, they're simply not going to do it, right? So it's kind of interesting. When I was researching the book Closing 2.0, I asked a number of people for their opinion, a bunch of non-salespeople, asking them the question, when it comes to the point where a salesperson is going to ask you if you would like to buy, how do you feel about that? Does that bother you? Does that concern you? And overwhelmingly, the response was, wait, isn't that what salespeople do? Aren't they supposed to ask us to buy? You know, it's interesting. If you think about walking onto a car lot and finding a great salesperson and working with that person for a half an hour, are you really, really going to be shocked when 30 minutes later that salesperson says, what do you think? Would you like to make it yours? Are you really going to be surprised by that? No, you're not going to be surprised. It's a salesperson doing his or her job. Are you going to be offended by that? No, you understand exactly what's going on. So why do we struggle with this? And I'm going to suggest here that what we need more than anything else is a mindset shift. Your customer expects you to do this. This is what you do. This is what you get paid for. This is what people are counting on. And in fact, your customer needs you to do this. When that voice in your head speaks and says, this is a good time to ask for the sale, the voice isn't speaking on your behalf. The voice is speaking on the customer's half. That voice in your head is saying, your customer needs you to ask right now. So ask. It's not slick or sleazy or manipulative. There's nothing about that has to say, so, hey, listen, I got to let you know, I got to keep a couple other people on the line, but I like your style. Let me just ask you this one question. What's it going to take to get you to buy from me today? This is not where we're going. In fact, if I hear you doing that, I'm going to get on a plane, fly to your city, take you behind the barn, and give you a good whooping. We do not need this in sales, but that does not give you permission to walk away and not ask at all. Your customer needs the invitation. Do not put the pressure on the customer to come to you and say, please, may I have permission to buy from you? That is not good service. It is not good care. It's not taking care of our customers, not to mention ourselves or our organization or the people who are depending on us. So here's my advice. When the voice speaks, act. When the voice in your head says, this is a good time to ask for the sale, ask for the sale. But don't do it for you. Don't do it for your commission check. Don't do it for your company. Don't do it so you can meet the quota. Do it because the person standing in front of you right now needs you to do just that. That is when you get to change their world.